guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Larissa, and in today's video I'm going to be reviewing the new Airbrush Flawless Foundation by Charlotte Tilbury. Now if you guys are new to my channel, which most of you are, I am a makeup artist and a beauty vlogger. And what that means is when I do my reviews is I not only do them as a makeup artist, but I also do them as a consumer. So if you want to see what my thoughts are on this little guy right here and if I recommend it for you, please keep on watching. Alright guys, so this is the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Airbrush Foundation. Now this little guy right here is a full coverage lightweight matte foundation. This is the newest little addition to Charlotte Tilbury's line, and it comes in a standard 30 milliliter glass bottle. Instead of being circle, it's oval, and it has the typical rose gold hardware with a pump applicator. This does feel very heavy and very luxurious. It retails for $53 Canadian, comes in 44 different shades, and has quite the claims to it. Some of the claims being that this is sweat proof, transfer proof, that it will increase the hydration in your skin by 221% and reduce the appearance of fine lines and wrinkles over the course of 8 weeks. It also has special technology in it to protect your skin from everyday pollutants. Now I'm going to leave a link in the description box below if you want to read more about the technologies and claims that this little guy makes, because there is a lot of them. So how I do my reviews are, this isn't a first impressions. I've actually had this foundation for the past week, and I've been wearing it every day, testing it out, kind of seeing what I've noticed about it, what I like it, the wearability, and so forth. So first let's start off with how it comes out of the bottle. So it's a pump application. And because this is a matte foundation, you expect the formula to be more on the thicker side, but it actually isn't. It comes out quite liquidy and light in viscosity. You can apply this product to the face using your fingers or a brush or a synthetic brush if you want full coverage foundation, or you can do what I do right here. I'm going to show you a little clip of how I apply my foundation to sheer it out a little bit and make it look more natural. Is I go in with a damp beauty sponge. Now, I've worn this product with a primer throughout the week and without a primer, and it really didn't make that much of a difference, but the primer I did use was this little guy right here. This is from Pure Minerals, and this is their no filter blurring photography primer. I love this stuff. It gives a slight radiance to the skin. I am not wearing it today because I want you to see what the foundation looks like on just skin. Okay, so this is what my makeup looks like once it is all done. Now let's talk about some of the things I noticed in the application process. When I was applying this foundation, either with my fingers or with a beauty blender, I did notice that it did dry down very quickly. It came out very thin, and it does feel very lightweight on the skin. It also oxidizes just a tad bit. Now this foundation comes in 44 different shades in 3 different undertones, so light, warm, medium, and neutral. There's a picture of every shade on the website so you can really see what it looks like to determine your perfect shade. Let's talk about the feeling. Because this is a matte foundation and I have very dry, sensitive skin, I was expecting this foundation to feel a little bit more like typical matte foundations that are full coverage, tend to be heavier on the skin and more drying. So my face usually feels like this. Well, my face doesn't feel like this at all. It does feel like foundation. It doesn't feel like I'm not wearing any makeup, but it does feel lightweight compared to typical matte foundation. Now because I have eczema and my skin is dry, sometimes a lot of matte foundations emphasize my pores, they settle in fine lines, and they emphasize the texture. And what I mean by texture is when you have eczema, sometimes you get dry patches, and that's really emphasized when you add a drying foundation and then a powder on top. As you can see, that's not the case here. This feels like a very comfortable, nice wearing foundation. It doesn't feel overly drying, and it hasn't emphasized any of my texture areas. It's covered my veins and my blemishes, as well as any redness I had going down my neck, which I'm really impressed with. And I haven't reacted to this foundation at all. Now, a little disclaimer here, if you have any type of skin sensitivities or allergies, always make sure to spot test a product before you apply it. Now because this is a very full coverage foundation, it claims to last all day long. It also claims to be sweat proof, transfer proof, and poreless. Now this foundation isn't really living up to a couple of those claims, and I'll tell you why. Over the course of the day, I tend to touch my face. I'm on pillows. I'm always touching my face. I noticed by the end of the day, a lot of my makeup was missing, and you could definitely see that the foundation had broken down throughout the day because of the oils in my skin. I did get a tiny bit shiny through my T-zone, but nothing that was over the top or that made me look greasy. Now, as far as this product going into emphasizing your pores, settling into fine lines and creases, I didn't notice that at all. I think that my pores don't look poreless, so it didn't make my pores go away. Like, I can still see them. My skin still looks like skin, and my creases are still there. It hasn't emphasized my pores, and it hasn't emphasized any of my creases or my fine lines, which is always a bonus. Now, as far as feeling hydrated and not fish-faced, like, you know, you've got all the moisture sucked out of your face, it doesn't feel like that. It's actually really comfortable to wear. Now, this is a luxury buy because it is $53 Canadian for 30 milliliters. I think that there are a lot of beautiful foundations on the market that are full coverage and matte, but where Charlotte Tilbury has product beats out other foundations that are very similar to it in nature is that it feels lightweight, and it doesn't emphasize any texture or anything on your skin, and it doesn't make you look overly flat. There still is a very kind of subtle satin sheen to this, and it makes your skin look like skin and not like you're wearing a heavy matte mask. So for that reason being, because it's very comfortable to wear, it feels great on the skin, it's not overly drying, and it does deliver on some of the promises, such as being sweat proof and gives your skin a natural boost in hydration. I do recommend that you guys go ahead and pick this little guy up and see what you think for yourselves. So as a consumer, I would definitely say give this guy a try if you're looking for a full coverage matte foundation that is comfortable to wear. As a makeup artist, I would definitely use this on my clients for special occasions and wedding, but I would make sure to set it very, very well with setting powders because it does not last on the skin all day long, especially if you're in a wedding or you're hugging people or people are constantly touching your face. Alright guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate the time. Alright guys, I'll see you in the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now.